This is a 3-take photo. This post is called A Doll's Story. I haven't read it in a long time. I was the one who wrote it. It was, you know, basically about how each doll in our collection has a story and a history. Like, I know this Yasmin, I remember the night we got her with Dad, and the Snow White Dad bought for Shelly, and Mr. Hart we got at our local flea market on the 4th of July one year. Some of these dolls, like Dracula, weren't here the first time I took this, but Shelly suggested adding him in, and I agreed because he's got a lot of stories. I added Brad, who our uncle rescued from the trash. That's quite a story. I wanted to change Dentist Barbie because I figured she could do better than the cute orange dress that I had her in last time that just didn't do that much for her. And I saw this outfit in our album in my travels. Shelly suggested putting Amanda on this outfit here, and she suggested Brad, so I added him in because she said I should put it on Mr. Hart, who was in the original photo, but I thought, oh, I really liked the way that the like plaid and the blue looked on him from the Camp Ken outfit, which is a favorite of mine. I added VMR Ken, who was a gift this winter. And Laguna, who just got here yesterday, and Shelly's like, well, what's her story? And I said, she came here all the way from the Amazon. Okay, that is a story. No, I just love her and thought she would look really cute. Her little kelpie, and I like this sandwich we got from Amazon. The reason I wanted to retake this is because I loved the idea, but now that I have this great grass flooring that I made, I thought it would make the photos so much cuter, and I didn't love the floral background that I'd had before. I never was satisfied with that. This is actually Samantha's Scenes and Settings, and I figured because this is a wide enough shot, when Shelly crops it, you'll be able to see at least to about here. I'm just really excited about this. This took me most of the afternoon. At some point I got fed up, and I admit I wasn't taking dolls out of containers as nicely and gently and neatly as I should.
So this was the original photo taken on my sister's carpet with the only background we had in July 2017. Similar idea, but more simple. Then this one was taken in June 2019 on the dining room table with a different background, but it was essentially the same, and it's still very cute. And this is the one that my sister took in September of 2023. I mean, I took all the photos, but she set them up, and it's a lot more vibrant.
This weekend we couldn't go to the flea market because our cousin is working on the Jeep. And it's such a beautiful day too. I decided to redo the Sleeping Beauty My Story, and we both agreed that even though I've used Disney Store Aurora in the Disney Store fashion pack version of this last time, we both wanted Sparkling Aurora because honestly, if we'd had her before, this is the doll we would have picked. Maleficent is a new addition, but Prince Philip is an old friend. This is the same cape I borrowed for him last time, and I think those are probably the same shoes. I changed it up a little bit. I think I moved this table a little more forward. I added in a couple of really cool pieces from our 70s Jody playset. I tried really hard to conceal some of these like stick outs. So I had that puttied there. We decided we liked the overall feel of this backdrop, even though it's a little bit wintry right there. The colors are really good, and it's just really pretty, but I wanted to add the grass.
So this was the original photo taken in 2020. My album cover for the Sleeping Beauty album on Flickr was actually my display before then, so that's why there's not 3 of these photos. And this is the new one, which I think having the flooring makes everything so much more vibrant and saturated. I love, love, love it.
Poe is being so cute. Poe, are you gonna let Mommy pet you? You're so soft. Look at that face. The face of an angel. What's... I feel like a little fur ball back there. Beautiful. You are so beautiful. It's a very pretty belly. Oh, you like that? Oh, you're so soft. Such a sweet boy. What do you want, Clyde? No? Yeah, you were just chewing your tray. The plastic tray underneath the fleece. You ripped a hole in the fleece and you ate the tray. You're naughty.
In this clip, I'm cleaning my 1978 Barbie Dreamhouse. It's a big A-frame that comes in 3 pieces. This is not a new acquisition. Colleen and I got this at the flea market when we were kids in like 2003-ish. My dad bought this for us, and there was actually a bunch of boxes of furniture that accompanied it. And we played with this all the time because we loved how accessible it was and how you could like move all of the different panels. And this was previously like uncovered in my basement on our old coffee table, but after we had the basement flood, I decided I would just put garbage bags over it just to keep any dust off of it. Not that it gets too dusty in the basement, but it's just kind of annoying that when we do go to use it, we need to wipe it down because I'm kind of a clean freak. So I just got some soapy water and a scrub brush, and I scrubbed it down really well in different parts and then put it out on my addition to dry. And to rinse it, I actually used the sprayer that I use for cleaning my carpets. It's like one of those things you're supposed to use in the garden where you like put fertilizer or like pesticide and you pump it and then it sprays. I use that for my carpet steamer because you can spray the chemicals on the carpet and leave it for 5, 10, 15 minutes and then it like actually cleans, because when you put the cleaner in the tank it doesn't rinse properly, so you end up with a bunch of like gross built up product all over your carpet after. It's something I found out about pretty recently, and it made a big difference when I cleaned my carpets with that. So I thought, oh, I can just put clean water in it and kind of use it to help me spray it, because it was too inconvenient to like go outside with the hose and then I'd have to worry about like the area around it getting wet and then making the house dirty again. So that worked out really well, and it dried within a day. So fun fact about this house, the flower box I'm cleaning in this clip and one of the doors that I have half of, I actually did not get with my house. When I got my 1981 dream pool at the flea market in 2021, there was actually pieces to the house in that box, and there was also dolls. Like the pool itself wasn't complete, but it came with extras, so it made like I think I spent like $20 on it. It made it really worthwhile because Colleen was like, I'm pretty sure this flower box goes to our dream house, because we had a pretty gutted dream house. It's missing like most of the windows and all the flower boxes and most of the doors, and actually the doors we have, the little pegs are kind of broken on them, so I can't actually really put them on the house. I'd have to like modify them in order to use them, but we do have these panels for patio.
So I got one of these free outfits from Amazon Vine. For the reborn dolls that I thought would be really adorable for my Cabbage Patch boys. I mean, the girls can wear it too, but I decided that the color scheme would look really good on either Almanzo or Dennis Paul, because they both have the like auburn loops, and I'm dressing Almanzo in it because Colleen changed Dennis Paul not that long ago. Aw, he looks so cute in it. The overalls don't have any closures. These are fake buttons, so you kind of just stretch them over the doll. But it's adorable. It looks really good on him. So yesterday I had some time and I cut and sanded and drilled the holes in a bunch of homemade stands. I actually don't need this many currently. I have these Disney dolls that have been waiting around for stands for a while. Like Snow White actually has one, but I want to redo it since she's an upgrade Snow White she was given to me, and she's like nicer than the one my dad got me. And I had 2 stand bases left over, but I'd need 2 more, so I figured while I had all my stuff out, I'd just finish the like length of baseboard I had. I still have a whole uncut one, but I just figured that way I don't really make stands much these days, so it'll save me the hassle. And I also have this one, which it cracked off. There must have been something wrong with the wood, so I had to glue it here, but it's still usable. I also have some dowel pre-cut for them, and I'm thinking about like what I want to do. I know what I want to do for Jasmine's stand, but I'm not as sure about the others. I finally got my second Pretty and Punk doll from the reissue line. So I have many of the originals, but I never got Megan. I've had her clothes for years. I got her outfits in Craigslist 1, which was my first like really huge lot of Bratz dolls that I got the first year I was collecting dolls again. And I was super bummed that I couldn't find Megan, and I never really had a whole lot of luck seeing these dolls in the wild except Chloe. But I did manage to, up in my little section up there, buy some on eBay boxed a little over 10 years ago. Of course I opened them, but I never found like Megan for the right price, so she's an Amazon return. So these retail for $35, but I got mine for $26, I'm assuming, because her box is a little bit banged up there. You never know with Amazon returns. Sometimes they'll be missing things. I'm really glad she's not. Sadly, the reissues weren't packaged with the dogs, and I don't have Megan's dog from the first issue, but that's fine. I'm glad that they included the second outfit, and it's like literally the same suitcase. And looking at the quality of these clothes through the box, they look exactly like the originals. I know, because I actually use the extra outfits all the time. Very excited! And I bought Sasha on sale earlier this month. She's hanging out, but so far I don't have any of the others, and I'm only gonna get them if they're like super cheap, because my Yasmin doesn't have her spare outfit, and I'd love to have another Eaton and Jade because they're some of the coolest, but I already told myself I am not getting another Chloe. I have 3 Chloes. Okay, so these are all of Megan's things, besides her earrings that I popped back in. They're just plain black studs. So this is the new shirt, and this is the old one. They are pretty much the same, except the new one doesn't have this like fake little zipper pull, but they look pretty much the same. The major difference I'm seeing is actually with the jacket. So the materials are slightly different. Now granted, this one is very old. It's almost 20 years old, and it's probably going to start peeling soon, but it has like a softer, more faux leather feel, whereas this is more like a shiny raincoat material. And you can see this one has added stitching details like the pockets, and it has buttons. This one does not, but you can tell that they did like the same hemlines and stuff. It's very interesting when they make subtle differences like that. And then the pants, the old ones have these little like dots on them. It's very interesting. And then one of my Midnight Dance Megans over here is wearing my only other shirt like this. These look about the same. They have the same sorts of fake studs down the front. The skirts, again, even have like the same belt, but the stitching is different. This one has silver stitching, and this one has orange stitching. So I'm done my stands. I'm sorry I didn't film any of me painting them, but I got really in the groove, and I had to like leave them to dry for certain coats, and I was doing it on and off like during the day when I wasn't busy. So We'll start with Snow White's, which this was my old stand that I made for my Snow White my dad bought me for 50 cents at the flea market. I redid it though for this new lady who was a gift. I got her in the Broadway Belle box because she's fantastic. So I did keep the navy blue that like matches her top, but I did it two-toned with some gold to accent the ribbons. And instead of putting Holiday Princess, I just put Holiday because that way it was easier to fit on the stand. And I added little hollies, like the holly on her beautiful muff here. Then we have Moana, who I got at the Salvation Army this summer. I really love her outfit. It's like so fun and vibrant, and she's kind of a low quality doll, but I only have one other Moana. I did this really bright two-tone for her stand as well, and Rhode Island fashion because that's which one she is. And she also has like a little feather leaf type thing to match her skirt. I did have to make her waist piece a little bit bigger because the skirt is kind of awkward. I use armature wire if you're wondering for stands, and I do have a tutorial on how I make stands. I'm probably going to see if I can get a slightly more rigid wire though, like more rigid armature wire, because this kind, it's not quite stiff enough. And then we have Style Series Jasmine. I was inspired by her glittery train here. So I actually put glitter flakes and sequin flake type things all over, even on the like dowel. And her stand and Aladdin's were the last two to like get their sealer coats because I had to layer Mod Podge over this just to make sure everything was properly sticking so it wouldn't come off. And these are little stars. I don't know if you can tell. Now that I'm zoomed in, you can probably tell better. I'm not really a huge fan of the lettering. Originally I had put the glitter down, and then I should have known better because this is not the first time I've used glitter. And then I tried to letter over it and it was lumpy. So then I was like, nope, I have to wash that off and start all over. And I don't know, maybe it's like the black outlining. I might revisit that later because I am going to be redoing a bunch of old stands. And that's like the up close of Moana's and Snow White. And then we have my fabulous Disney Store Aladdin. Him and this Jasmine were also gifts from the Mountains of Monsters lot. He is amazing. He's one of my favorite Aladdins. So I did like, it's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, I did like purple to match his vest. And I had to do the lettering on his twice because the first time the D's weren't symmetrical. They still aren't, but they look better. And I also had originally done the outlining in black, but I decided to do like this light purple to kind of make it look smoky. And then we have fabulous Broadway Belle, who was obviously a gift like the Snow White, because that's what I named the lot after. I wasn't as sure like what to do for the colors because there's so much yellow on her outfit that it seemed obvious, but I didn't want it to blend in too much. So instead, I did a black top because her box was originally black, and then I did like a yellow gold front and like sides, and I outlined the black lettering in red. And there's a rose, which most of my Beauty and the Beast stands have that rose. And I mean, it's not a big deal because you can't like see hers, for instance, when her outfit's down. But I'm really excited with how they turned out. And Megan's hair dried. It's like polypropylene, high quality nylon, not saran, but it's really nice and shiny. I just told Corinne to shut up and go home because she looks so cute in this outfit. This is a Queen's Treasure outfit. I found out about this brand 2-ish years ago, like 2.5 years ago.
Around the time we got Nene.
Yeah, when I was browsing for Nene dolls on eBay, someone had her with like a fruit stand from Queen's Treasures, and it looked really high quality, and I found the website. It's basically kind of like mimics old American Girl, like the Pleasant Company days, because they have a lot of historical themed outfits, and they actually have like Laura Ingalls Wilder and Mary dolls. which they're ugly, but they're like, they look really nice quality. We got it on Amazon Vine, and I was so excited because I've been wanting to try this brand, but because I got into Cabbage Patch Dolls that year, I bought a lot of things off of Babyland, and Babyland's kind of expensive. So I'm really impressed with the quality of this, and it's definitely prompted me to want to go and buy some of the historical outfits at some point when we can. The gloves admittedly do look kind of like oven mitts, but other than that, it's just so freaking cute.
So there's some good news and there's some bad news. Obviously, as you see, some of the good news is that Shelly found this adorable Encanto pack at Walmart on Friday when she was grocery shopping. I love the movie Encanto. I haven't had the pleasure of actually sitting through and watching the whole thing in one go, but between watching the end one day and the beginning a different day and then seeing bits and fragments of it here and there, I've basically seen almost the entire movie, and I love it. Louisa is my favorite character because she reminds me of Shelly, because Shelly is not only one of the most physically strong people I know, but Shelly is also, she has a mental strength that I respect. So I respect Louisa for her strength and love her the most because she reminds me of my sister. I absolutely love these dolls. In fact, I love them so much that we ordered more Encanto dolls off of eBay that I'm hoping safely arrive in the mail. Oh, and we made it to the flea market today and got a really cute Cabbage Patch doll. It's Kusa. He's on my bed drawing. Oh, he's so cute! Clarence the cabbage. So cute.
He's drying.
He is in, so he's tan, so he's not the same color as Nala and Tucker.
He feels almost
and he's
more
not
like
striped like Monty.
Not like upholstery, but a really heavy duty stuffing.
Yeah, Nala and
it's a different kind of fur.
yeah, but it's very similar to what Nala and Tucker have. So here's the bad news. I went to get this backdrop out, which I'm actually not going to end up using. It's very sad because, see this? You can actually see the damage from water. We had these there in a location where we thought they were safe because we moved things around after the flood, but the last week or so has been very humid and very wet, and somehow this and the ones I'm about to show you on the edition, these ones here, got wet. It was just the 4 of them.
It's not like they got rained on or there was a flood. It's that the back wall, the front of the house, and it gets moist there, and it wicked up from the carpet because cardboard kind of wicks up moisture.
And I actually thought that they were in more danger before in that closet.
I tried not to put any of them right up against the wall. I pulled them forward so there'd be air running back.
Yeah.
I thought it was better than having the bureaus there because the bureaus are big and everything smells musty, so we bought a dehumidifier.
Yes, which is the other good news.
These are corrugated and like there's moisture and you can see a little bit of mildew forming in there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take the chance.
Ironically, this is the second of these that we made. And this one here I don't really use much either because it's just overwhelmingly green. I was going to use this for Jane's beauty salon, and as you see, that's no longer a choice. Acquired so much of this paper at my old second job that we actually could recreate at least one side of this if we wanted, but it photographed so bad that I said to Shelly,
Bummer though.
that's a bummer because Shelly put a lot of work into it.
Sides of the ones I made out of cutouts.
Yeah, because there's those, and then on the back I quote Roger's office.
I made these 5 years ago, but they still have these stickers, the like donuts and stuff at Walmart.
Yeah, and they're wicked cute.
And I bet you they still have this base paper. And I have hordes of like the ads because I save all of my paper for kindling, and I have a huge pile since like the spring when I stopped lighting the wood stove saved. So it's just a pain in the butt because I have to redo all of it.
I remember we sat for hours cutting all of these out.
I mean, you know, and I spent a long time placing everything.
I know, and it looks so nice.
But, I mean,
it's
I
so
love
sad.
collaging. I can probably make it even better, but I have to do this, the fruit one, and then the reverse side, which is the restaurant one, which again I can probably make even better. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
think Barbie 2000's My Story because that's what I'm next going to need it for.
But it's kind of a pain because I'm going to have to buy more contact paper and more boxes. I only need 2 boxes because I can't replace those right now. And there will be an open side for something else.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I've been hoarding. I have like LOL stuff, I have Mary Kate and Ashley stuff, I have random cutouts, anything we specifically need. I've held back on making lots of backdrops because I have so many.
See, Dracula is doing something very domestic and not crazy today. A little strange, but loving it. So the reason I ended up retaking this today is because I had the tile floor out. So I figured, oh, well, while I have the tile floor out, I might as well do this because I saw this photo in my virtual travels. This is really good, and I'm very excited.
So this is the chaos of the addition. Yep. You can see all the backdrops are zigzagged out. You know that this room is ugly. It's unfinished, so it's kind of like, I guess, just a storage space for tools and like bikes and like my spare Jeep tire and this really old TV that actually still works, but my dad put it out here. And like all the guinea pig hay. Yeah. So, and like my woodworking tools for stands. It's organized, but these are just big things like my dad's bed, the guinea pig's playpen. All of these, I got rid of, well, I'm taking them to the dump today, the 3 or 4 backdrops that were ruined. The rest of these, I brought them all up here because they can get some fresh air and like a little bit of sunlight to help them air out, and it gets them out of my way because I cleaned that spot on the carpet. So this is where they were, between this big chest of drawers and then where the sewing table is, but that was up against the wall. So I don't know, we had a lot of rainy days and a random spike in the humidity, and it did get really humid down here, and it tends to accumulate on this wall because this is the front of the house. And this is the darkest room because there's only one tiny window. So I shampooed the carpet. The first thing I did the day we found it was I diluted some bleach and I like washed all the walls and like rubbed the carpet down. And then that's been drying, and it's been a few days, and I came down here with carpet cleaner, which is my own mishmash of like OxyClean, homemade laundry detergent, a little bit of like fake Gain laundry detergent, and then I let that sit for a while, and then I put some vinegar in the carpet shampooer with the water and rinsed it out. And I have both our fans. We bought a little dehumidifier just for now. It was on sale. It's obviously not ideal for like a big space, but we'll eventually get a bigger one when we can do more research and all of that. But that'll be great because we can use it in the bathroom that doesn't have one of those extractor fans. So all the backdrops are currently upstairs, and then I moved the flooring, which we were storing under my bed. So we use scrapbook paper for flooring too, but these are like the big panels that I've made. And then I did bag our doll houses, so like this is mine, and this one's Colleen's, and it's really, this one's super lightweight, so when she needs flooring she can just pick it up. And yeah, everything else is the same as when I did a tour of the basement. I haven't been down here and like vacuumed and wiped everything down and stuff since, but I'm trying to keep it really clean. And I bagged my 70s Dreamhouse in 3 parts just to keep it extra clean, and you saw me washing that earlier. But yeah, I labeled all the parts. And then I moved that container. There was a large doll container for like my Disney princess dolls and like our generation ones. So this bad boy over here was just kind of hanging out in the blue room, but I moved it over here. I did some like shifting around. So I put the 80s Barbies containers on the bureau with the 90s ones, and that seems to be working for the time being. I moved these 2 up here, and then moved this stack that was over there. I kind of moved them around because we use these more. The large scale container we probably won't use much. And then this container here, I got the Barbie Extra Vanity on sale at Walmart. I showed it in one of my recent haul videos, and it was, you can tell the lid's like not as snug. It was apparently just adding that made this container really difficult to use. Up here I made a separate container for boutiques, wardrobes, and pet salons. And those are ones we don't use as much. You can see them next to like the strawberry shortcake play sets, the Kelly play set. Everything is like labeled so we know what it is. But my plan is that I'm gonna let this dry out as best as possible. And you can see that's already pulled up some moisture. I got this yesterday in the mail, and it's been like, I don't know, maybe not even 24 hours, less than that, 20 hours maybe. It's already pulled up quite a bit of moisture, and that was before I shampooed. We're gonna let this dry, and then I can hopefully have everything back sometime this weekend, because Colleen uses those backdrops for photos, and it's kind of inconvenient, like when they were just piled up on the floor, and now they're airing out. But they'll air out, and then they'll come back here. And the reason why I don't want to keep them on the edition, because I could find a spot for them, is it's really sunny on the edition and they'd fade, and it's not finished, so it gets too cold during the winter to be like going out there and spending time. So we have all the space here, so we're gonna have a dehumidifier in here, kind of as a more permanent fixture. I know my parents used to have one, I don't know where it went. So we're doing some reorganizing here in the red doll room. This is Coraline. She was kind of like a top secret project of mine for like a year. She's a 60s baby doll that I rescued from my sister's old job. Well, technically Colleen rescued her for me. There's a whole like transformation video that will be up by the point you're seeing this, so if you're interested in her backstory. But anyway, so I had to make a place for her down here in the nursery, and I had this basket, which there was some sort of like Christmas type basket or something.
Yeah.
Like I think someone from work gave it to you. And this
one I think was from Lisa's parents.
Yeah, that had like snacks in it.
Yeah.
One year. And then this is Colleen's baby blanket, the nicer version that we found that was still sealed, I think.
Yeah, it was like new.
She has the worn out version too, and this is Beezus. She's our fake Cabbage Patch, who I hadn't forgotten about, but just we were running out of space. I put her in with Colleen's blankets.
And I found her when we were digging out Circus.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, well, Beezus can come out now again. So yes, and then these are some of those like Amazon Vine Reborn clothes and accessories, which brings me to this next point, which is why I'm showing you her. So Coraline is an interesting size. She's 19 inches and she's kind of large, and I didn't get her with any clothes really, except that, did she put her homemade romper in there? Or is that hanging?
That is hanging.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what she would or wouldn't fit, so I've been going on Amazon Vine, which is like a free, like you get an item for free in exchange for leaving a review. And I've been taking advantage of that and trying out different reborn clothes for her. This one is amazing. Like someone actually asked me on Flickr before they saw the separate outfit photo of this, if I had gotten it with her because it looks so legit. I have like a bunch of clothes for her now that I'm slowly acquiring. So we made her a drawer of all of like clothes that fit her. Not that the cabbies can't share, but these are all like things that fit her that she can wear, and there's a lot of empty bags because some of them are being worn, and I put potpourri in here because this is in the dresser where the morgue is. Yeah, we reorganized that, and then this is the Kusa I showed in a previous clip. He's wearing the vet outfit. Clarence, I put him in the front instead of Tucker, I think was driving, or Monty, because he's a little
One of the kitties.
He's a little bit thicker. So they're all together now, and it's so cute.
I've been spending a little bit of time with the Bratz again today with this backdrop because I had this out because I was using this area over here for the Expressa dolls to redo them again, because I did them a few weeks back, probably maybe about a month ago actually, with this flooring and this backdrop. But the problem was that I tried to set this down on the chairs back there so that like you were seeing less of their feet and like more of their faces in the photo. The problem is that actually led to a lot of awkward glare, and Shelly also learned, like, she angles the camera a little more downward with these posters. It prevents the glare, and these orangey ones up top really show a lot of glare. The first photo I had of them, Yasmin in look 2 with the teal shirt, turned out really, really blurry. So Shelly and I talked about it. I said, well, you know what, I'll redo that one so it's not blurry. Well, and Shelly liked that replacement photo so much today that we agreed that I was going to redo the first look. And while I had this out, I decided to do them against this part of the backdrop because it's like very old school Bratz. It's like an early fashion pack line photo because Shelly has this little set here. The thing is, I would love to have the Yasmin colored shoes for this outfit, because to me this outfit is very, very Yasmin. But I could only do it in like this skin tone because those are the only shoes I have. I actually have these in several skin tones. I have it in all three, I think I could have picked. But I wanted Megan, and we had this Megan dress in it. But I wanted a Megan to wear this look because it's just so a funky fashion monkey. It's very Megan. Again, I was limited by the skin tone of the shoes here for who I could use. But I thought, well, I'll do a jade, but I'll do like a glitzy jade, and as long as they're all from like, you know, somewhere between 01 and 03, they'll look nice together. So yeah.
So in light of the recent backdrop incident where I had to throw a few of them away, I am going to be remaking the food related ones because we use them for pictures and videos from time to time. But I do have a whole box of like random pieces of scrapbook paper. However, we use these as like flooring, and most of them wouldn't work for the vibe I was going for. So I looked at Walmart, and I actually did find the same exact scrapbook paper pad I used as a base back in 2018, but I figured since I'm doing something different, like this is my chance to make it better, I wanted to see if I could find better paper. And I was browsing online, and Joann's craft store had a bunch of sales on scrapbook paper, and I actually found some pads that I could use for other things. It's been a long time since I've made backdrops. Pad Once Upon a Time. This has some like really beautiful like fairy tale type paper, and obviously we have a lot of Disney dolls and just like Ever After High, very whimsical. This is perfect. And I'm not going to be using all of these 48 sheets for backgrounds. I'm going to save some for flooring and other projects as well. I definitely love this pad. And then this one I thought would be a good base for some of the like the fruit themed one, the dessert one, and the restaurant one, combined with maybe some other random paper I have. Definitely the plainer paper would be like this one would be great for being a backdrop, because I want the emphasis to be on the food cutouts. This is the Far East stack. This one has a very oriental theme. I mean, do you see how beautiful some of this paper is? It's gorgeous. It's got gold foiling. And then there's some plainer sheets. That would be awesome for flooring or a background. Pieces for other projects. Absolutely stunning. And these were all on sale. I have another one that shipped separately for some reason. It's a Christmas one because we don't really have a lot of like Christmas themed pads. I have some that I made out of recycled like gift bags and cards and American Girl magazine cutouts and like a snowflake one I made, but I want one that's a little bit more like classic Christmas. And then they sadly did not have the cute kawaii food stickers at Walmart anymore. So I found these on Amazon, and I needed to order contact paper on Amazon, which hasn't arrived yet because they didn't have any clear contact paper at Walmart, and the prices online are insane, so I had to buy them like in bulk in a different size than I normally would. We spent a long time looking at like sticker packs, and I like how this one is a book. I believe it was like $7 or $8, and it has a bunch of different like cute little food designs. And Colleen's always making cards for people, so she'll definitely get a lot of mileage out of whatever stickers I don't use, like those letter ones. Some of these look like real photos. So I have all these like different sleeves that hold scrapbook paper that I use for all my different cutouts. And I just got some through Amazon Vine, some more, they're all from Amazon Vine. But these I had to cut out all new fruit and restaurant themed pieces because I had some left over from when I made my old backdrop, but I wasn't really using them, and they had been sitting around for a few years, and this is like a very thin paper, so a lot of it was just really crinkled. So this is what I've cut out so far for fruit and veggies, and this is what I've cut out so far for like restaurant type food. Some of these are from like food boxes, but most are cutouts from the like food ads I get in the mail, which I only had a huge stash of them set aside to use as kindling. But I had kept the dessert one. You can see how full this is, and I had added to it scents as well. because I use like desserty themed pictures rather often, so that's great. I also have one for flowers that we kept, but I'm not making a flower backdrop, but those are some of the other cutouts I keep. I also have a bunch of tissue paper from LOL Dolls, which might lend itself handy for backdrops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of these stacks and kind of map out how many I want to use as actual backdrops, because I'm going to be buying the boxes and the tape at Walmart tomorrow when I go grocery shopping, and I just want to have like a rough idea of how many I need so that I can get cracking on making the backdrops, or starting to, because I probably will need more cutouts.
So the way I make my backdrops when I'm using scrapbook paper is I'll rip all of the sheets out of the pads. This one was perforated, which was annoying. You couldn't just pull the whole sheet out. And because I didn't want to use every single sheet for backdrops, I wanted to save some for flooring, because some are just really plain. I made different piles, so the one up top was the ones I wasn't going to use for backdrops that would stay flooring, and then the one on the right I was planning to use on backdrops. Then at the end, when I finished this pad, I counted off. My backdrops are pretty large because I want American Girls to be able to fit in the photos too if I decide to use the backdrops with them. So I use 12 scrapbook paper pieces that are 12 by 12 inches each to make one backdrop. And so I needed to make sure I counted off in even numbers of 12. And in this case, I had exactly 24 that I set aside. So half of this pad, the Far East one, was made for backdrops, and the other half was kept for flooring or other projects.
Playing around with the new backdrop that Shelly made, and this is from the fairy tale scrapbook paper pad called Once Upon a Time. And so are the pieces that I used as flooring. Those were left over from the project. I had this before against no flooring, and I had the purple unicorn backdrop, which, I don't know, something about that never felt right. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's perfect. Kind of reminds me of, like, you know, in the beginning of old like cartoons like Thumbelina, how you see like storybooks opening up. Just thought this would be really pretty. I've been working on Beauty and the Beast line photos today, because we have this amazing new paper pad. And I actually took our Disney Store Classic Film Collection photo over again with this pad in the background. And I hope Shelly remembered to do a voiceover with some clips for me, because I forgot to film something, which is on me.
Editing me here, I did remember. Colin wrote a note for me on the board. This is the original photo of my pack that we took in 2020, and it is very cute. We just thought the flooring would make it even better, and the backdrop in this photo is one of the two made with scrapbook paper that died in the background incident, and this is the new version. Colin was able to spread the dolls apart more, and she had the floral paper that I saved for flooring to kind of bring even more color to it. The first one was really cute, but this one is just as cute too.
And then I used this side here, which I love. I used this one here for a couple of the other Beauty and the Beast photos. But this is the last Beauty and the Beast photo I'm taking today. I might take some Mulan ones. I also have Mulan on the mind. And you hear the guinea pigs talking for their supper. So cute. Anyway, but the funny thing is, I actually went all the way downstairs and went digging through our container of Disney ladies who are not currently out on display. Doesn't mean they won't come back out and take turns. Joy, who is our oldest surviving Belle doll, who we got in our teens, we got her with William, who is in the Beast outfit. If you want to know how I know William and Adam apart, it's very, very easy. Adam here has Kanekalon instead of Saran, and him and William are, to me, as different as night and day. So I needed him from downstairs because he actually wasn't on display. But he was easy to dig out because the guys are separate from the girls and there's just less guys in storage. But because we were just in that container a couple months ago doing like checking everybody's body information. Fortunately, I knew that put the Beauty and the Beast dolls closer to the bottom because we did everything alphabetically. Knew that she had to be buried under a lot of other dolls, and I could have just used Joyce here, who we have out on display, but she means a lot to me. We actually got Joyce over here with Adam, but they both mean a lot to me, but I went all the way down to get Joy because I just couldn't not have her in the photo.
So I have completed all of the backdrops that I needed to either replace, and then I showed you that scrapbook paper I bought off Joann's. I bought all the boxes I needed and assembled them yesterday and today. And I'm really pleased with how they came out, and Colleen's already used some for photos. So you can start with the Christmas one. Christmas pad, which this is actually interesting. It costs the same as the other pads, but it only came with like 24 sheets instead of 48. And that's because they're like plasticky sheets, so I didn't need to put contact paper over them. And I really like this because it's Christmassy, but like the color palette's not obnoxious. And then the other side is more like red and pink. I like how there's a lot of like text and almost like a stamped effect. I think that'll be fun. So then we have the
My favorite.
What was it called? The
Once Upon a
Time pack. So there were 48 sheets in this. I used 36 to make 3 different sides because it was just so great. So we have this one, which I call the storybook side because it has a lot of these pages. And we have a lot of fairy tale themed dolls. I love those windows. They remind me of illustrations from my Grimm Fairy Tales book that I had growing up. And then this I call the like princess side. This reminds me of Sleeping Beauty. There's a lot of glitter detail you're not going to see in this lighting, but it's gorgeous. So pretty. This is from the Far East pack, so I used half of that pad because a lot of the sheets were really dark and were better for flooring. So this is the teal side. It's upside down, but that's fine. That's really pretty. There's so much gold foiling.
Allow me to flip it right side up.
So this is it right side up. Very pretty. And then the other side is the red side.
I already used this flooring today.
Gorgeous. Like, I love the dragons. It reminds me of this Chinese restaurant we used to eat at as kids. These beautiful people, the cherry blossoms. Awesome. This is the last side of the Once Upon a Time stack. It's on the reverses one of my collages, but this is kind of a little bit more of like a dark one, which we thought would be good for like slightly darker themed photos. Like there's the dragon and the knights. They're just really beautiful. I had big plans for this. Yeah, and there's like the treasure map. It's really beautiful. And then the reverse side is my new bakery. So this is largely made of cutouts and stickers. And this was from the other pad. Lots of different cutouts. And then this is the last one. I actually did have enough cutouts, and I had extra cutouts because I ended up using less than I did the first time. So this is like my fruity one, and I really like this green paper, which again is from that other pad. And I didn't have as many large fruit and veggie cutouts like I did the first time, but I actually kind of like how it's a little bit smaller. And there's a lot of those cool stickers from that pack. It's just really cute and bright and whimsical. And then the last side is our restaurant, like fast food type one, which I like a lot better. So this uses paper from several different ones, like this and that were from the Far East pack. And then these textured ones were from a fall one I got for $5 at Michael's that I actually bought just for flooring. And then this was a white sheet that was in that same texture, but I used tissue paper from LOL packaging that I had like a symmetrical amount of. and overlaid it so it had a little bit more color, and it kind of adds to like that fast foodie vibe. And again, there's a lot of cutouts, like this was from a mac and cheese box, this was from our Boca Burgers because we're vegetarian. And although there's so much disgusting meat on here, it was appropriate for like the project. I actually found some really cool cutouts despite not having loads of ads. And some are big and some are small. And there's a ton of stickers. I had the most stickers for this one. And I think it's like really cute. And I like it better because it's slightly less yellow toned than the original. And there's no like flowers or anything.
Yeah, I like this one even more than the original, and I used to love the original. So I just finished taking the Holiday Princess photo, and what I did is I added one of our new holiday backdrops in as flooring, which I thought would look really nice with this, because I liked the way all of this looked before with them, but I wanted a flooring of sorts. This is actually Shelly's newer Holiday Princess Snow White, who we received as a gift more recently. And Shelly even repainted the stand and everything. But the only stand that you can actually see because of their big, gorgeous gowns is Jasmine's. I enjoyed this. It's amazing, like, how much, I didn't realize our old Snow White was, like, shabby, but when I look at this one, I'm like, whoa, she even has them off. She's so fancy. But yeah, they're gorgeous. This is one of my favorite lines.
Dolly Diaries is that.
Well, then you need to make other content, Shelly.
I am, but
Shelly is saying that I filmed too many clips of dollies in front of the two backdrops, but keep blaming. I thought this kind of looked like...
You know, you always end every clip you film with, so yeah.
Oh my god, I do. Yeah, this channel, there I go again with it, yeah, this channel would stink if I was in charge. I am not good on camera. I'm very inarticulate on camera. But I thought the pattern of this paper inspired me to do the Samantha and Molly surprise photos that I've had on my to-do list for like probably a year now. Because it looks so old-fashioned and like timeless, like with these oldie cartoons. Reminds me of A Christmas Carol in a good way. I love it. I absolutely adore it. So I decided to do these today. This is our other tree skirt that I don't use as much. I thought it would be fun for these photos. And this is actually Samantha Christmas dress we got over the summer instead of Shelly's childhood one. Shelly's childhood one has some picking at the bow, even though the overall color is a little bit better. We both agreed that this was the better dress with photo. This year, when it's actually Christmas, because it's not even Halloween yet, when it's actually Christmas, I think I'm gonna like flex and put both out on Shelly's display. Have two different dolls wearing them. Oh yeah.
So those extra stand bases I made came in handy. I didn't use them all. I still have 2 left over, but I decided to make some of Colleen's Encanto dolls stands. I don't actually have room on my Disney displays for them because we have a whole little group. These aren't even all of them. There's going to be some dolls sitting, but Colleen is going to have a little bit of space on one of her bureaus for them, so I thought it'd be fun to make them stands. This is Peppa's, Dolores, Mirabelle's, Luisa's, and Isabel's, and they're based off of like designs on their outfits. And here are the dolls on Colleen's bureau with her Harry Potter lamps and underneath some of her photos, but they fit quite nicely.
So this is another retake using the new backdrop. This is kind of like the darker fairy tale one Shelly made with like the dragons and stuff. And then I actually used other paper that I'm pretty sure all of this is left over from that same pad as a floor. This is a retake for the Perfection is Deception thumbnail, and I'm not really wasting that much time right now retaking a lot of video thumbnails, mostly because I don't think they're as important as inspirational posts, line photos. However, because this duels as an inspirational post, like it's an inspirational video post, I thought it was fairly important. And honestly, this was so easy to reset up that I almost feel like I cheated. I don't really feel like I worked that hard on this. Things just came off the mirror that I had them puttied too. Good thing Shelly already took this. Like, I had so much fun making this apothecary for the witch. That little tiny rat is actually from my Ron Weasley action figure. I just had so much fun. I borrowed like Monster High pieces, and this vial is MC squared, and Harry Potter pieces that I had to steal from my bedroom, and I used the Splendid dolls as the skeleton to have like a cute modern twist on it. But yeah, I had such a good time with this the first time. One of my favorite photos to look at, so I'm glad that it's even better now. I hope you guys like this as much as I do. I just finished reshooting the Snow White My Story, and honestly, I love my original vision so much that we didn't really change much. I added in the grass, obviously, because that was kind of what took away, is that it was just this table instead. I added everything I photographed in the dining room. I added in the grass, and then the only other thing I really changed, because I even decided I liked the stands Shelly made for everyone but Snow White, because she's obviously laying in the bed. I left everybody else on their stand, and I kept it that way. But some cool stuff has been added. We got a lot of our Jody play sets we reviewed at some point, like this bird, that sewing machine, this random animal that I don't know what it is, and then I have another one that we've had forever. I don't know what this is either, but they're sleeping, so I thought they'd look perfect there. The broom is from the Jody play sets, that rabbit. There's like a bunch of stuff. Oh, this really cool clock that I think looks very much like in the movie. I added in stuff from our Jody play sets. Shelly assembled some furniture for my dollhouse a few years ago. Probably, I want to say it was before the pandemic. If she remembers when, she can probably put a note in when she's editing this. But yeah, so I added in the, most of these chairs are ones that she's made, and then this wash tub I added in. It's hiding under Snow White. This bed back here, I added in. So yeah, I added in some of the furniture Shelly assembled, some stuff from the Jody play sets. I've been sneaking in like things like this that came with our really cool Disney Store fashion packs. The Witch's Basket is also from one of those. And then a lot of the mini dishes, the beer steins, those are mini food from Amazon. Most of it that we got from Vine. But I thought like the ceramic, which those two things there we've had a while, I think. I thought like the more realistic texture of the ceramic and the metal would be better than like the heavily plastic Kelly dishes I used before. And I snuck in some of the cans that we have that are the right size for the dollhouse. Oh, and I went for like really realistic looking flowers instead of very plasticky ones. I did keep some stuff as plastic. Oh, and like I subbed out the Kelly table I had before for this. It's by Ideal Toys. It's an Ideal Toys dollhouse table we've had for a while, and that red chair hiding back there is from that too. I subbed out some of the stuff, but I kept like, this piano is mine. This is actually my childhood dollhouse. I mean, the piano and the rocking chair, like I've literally had since first grade or earlier. I know I had it by first grade. This desk, the bureau, the chest, that toy chest we've had even longer. A lot of this stuff like was in the original, but I subbed out some pieces for better ones. Oh, I love that stove. It was from my original dollhouse. It's missing a leg, but I kept it anyway. And we cleaned over the summer, we cleaned the dollhouse and the furniture. And I did leave these plastic Kelly bags because they were the right height, but I hid them under her dress, which I actually did in the original because I know these are what I used, but you can't see them in the photo that isn't up anymore. But yeah, I mean, I did keep some, like Katie's purple wheelbarrow that I got at the dollar store. I did keep some plastic items out, but I tried to do like more authentic looking stuff because it fit the vibe of the dollhouse better. My inspiration on this was kind of like the Bick and Dwarves cottage, which Shelly and I saw stock photos of a long time ago, and we just like went crazy. I loved taking this. I've been really in a Disney rephotographing mood lately.
So we're at that time of Dolly Diaries where I have compiled enough footage to close out the video. Andy is saying goodbye. And the next one, the next episode of Dolly Diaries will actually be our holiday vlog and the last one of the year. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life. And now be Andy. Yes, good boy.